Mark MacCabe from EXP Gold Coast. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolute pleasure, Lisa.
All righty. So you are an amazing auctioneer and real estate agent. Can you give us some of your background in real estate? When did you start and what's some of your experience?
Sure, no worries. So I had a corporate background with Mobil Oil until about 2000. Then I started working for developers in developments. A lot of my early stuff was working with real estate agents, getting them to come along to developments. And so that's when I had that interaction with real estate agents. I was actually an auctioneer before I was a salesperson. So I have a theatre background, and once you start having kids, I've got 3 kids. You can't do that as much anymore. So auctions became my theatre, and I got myself qualified in the early 2000s, and I recognised that I could technically call an auction, but I wasn't very good. So I spent a bunch of money and went and spent the weekend with Dane Atherton, who at the time was the #1 auctioneer in the country, and it changed my auction life. So I then started to really focus on the auctions. I went through the GFC. I approached actually LJ Hooker on the Gold Coast and said, "Hey, listen, can I be your corporate auctioneer?" And they said, "Well, no, we don't want or need one." And I said, "That's okay." So then I did the next best thing. I joined an LJ Hooker office with a view to becoming the LJ Hooker auctioneer for the Gold Coast, and that was tremendous. I really enjoyed my time there. I then, as a real estate agent, take away the first 6 months. I listed in that next 12-month period as an agent. I listed 52 auctions. Average time on market at the time was 138 days, so not a lot sold under the hammer. But my clearance and my average days on market was actually about 65 days. So I was using auctions as a vehicle to double my turnover compared to everyone else. And so that was my introduction into sales. So at one point there, I had a GCI of around just shy of 500,000. I was calling about 400 auctions a year. Didn't have a PA, didn't have any assistance with anything else. Got a bit burned out. It's a lot of volume to be doing because I wasn't selling $1 million properties back then. In Upper Coomera, the average selling price was about 380,000.
Yeah, wow.
So it was a lot of volume. But throughout it all, I've been successful as a real estate agent. I was top gun. I was multi-million-dollar captains clubs, which is the top 5% in the country. One of only 2 actually that have multi-million captains club in sales and auctions at the same time. So that was great. Mm-hmm. But my passion was always the auctions. Skilled, obviously, to sell, and selling's good fun. But I just love calling the auctions. It's the performer in me. So then I, throughout the next few years, I wanted to, prove my bona fides and get better as an auctioneer. Competed in the 2015 REIQs, won that, which is Auctioneer of the Year, which was wonderful. And won International Auctioneer of the Year with LJ Hooker the same year, which was great. Actually, that's where I met Justin Nickerson. I had never... I'd been on the Gold Coast just doing Gold Coast stuff, didn't really have anything to do with any of the industry body, if you like. And so I got to meet Gordon McDonald, Justin Nickerson, those sorts of guys through the REIQ competition. And now I find myself working for Justin at Apollo Auctions. I've been there for about 5 years. So what drives me is getting up every day. I love calling auctions. I absolutely love it, but I've been in real estate for 20 years, so I still have a lot of referral sales. So, it varies. I might sell 15 things one year and I might sell 30 things the next year. It just depends on as those referrals come in. And I'm getting my son now to help me with those, and my wife's coming in to help me with those. So it's nice to bring the family into, the sales environment. And then now I'm doing lots of training as well. I just find, we've been through that the last couple of years of COVID, and we find a lot of agents join during COVID because they said, well, anyone can be a real estate agent, which honestly anybody could. Yes. But now those same agents are really struggling because they don't know how to process buyers and sellers effectively to get that outcome in a timely manner. They sort of scratch their head if it hasn't sold in 2 weeks and say, well, what do I do now? Yeah. So, I'm pretty varied. I've got 3 prongs of attack, if you like. I've got my auctions, I've got my sales, and then I've got my trading as well. So I'm loving life.
So how long have you been with EXP, and what's your experience been like so far?
Yeah, I joined EXP around Christmas time with a view to getting into it in the new year. And it's been great. I love it. I think I've finally found the perfect platform for me. It allows me to do everything that I want to do at a very professional level. But if the very low overheads as well, which is wonderful. The big difference for me when I did the research, because I did the research, and there were plenty of offers for me to join corporate groups and franchises, etc. I had a stint with Michael Choi's guys at Area Specialist.
Yes.
And look, I love Michael Choi. He's a great guy. He really is. But it's a company based in Melbourne, and I just found it was a bit Melbourne-centric for me. But the other thing is, the thing that EXP offers is the best support, not only in people but products. Like EXP, they haven't cut any corners or any costs. You've got Agent Box, you've got RP Data, CoreLogic, you've got DocuSign through Secure Exchange. You've got the best of it, RealWorks. You've got the best of all the admin to help you, be successful. But then also you've got the support in the state that you're in. And I'm particularly lucky because on the Gold Coast, I've got support. One of the girls lives literally 1 minute from my house.
Yes,
I don't go to a house. I don't go to a and then we've got you. You live, 4 minutes from my house. So the support is outstanding. I think the thing that probably swayed me was just the sheer marketing support as well. I mean, the marketing that's available to us immediately is overwhelmingly good.
Yes.
And it can all be personalized so easily on Canva. I'm happy. And then you don't even take into account, then you've got people who come on underneath you. I've already got one of those. So the potential is huge. And then when you qualify, I mean, I love the fact that the EXP is only ever going to take 25,000 a year off me. Yes. Everything after that is mine. It's a very low overhead, $218 a month or something. So it's fantastic. I looked at other options when I decided I was going to leave Area Specialist. I looked particularly at Realty, which is another very popular on the Gold Coast low overhead model. And look, I'm not here to rubbish anyone. They do a very good job. But for me, the thing that swayed me was twofold. It was the independent industry accessories that were available to me rather than in-house produced stuff. And then it was just the options to increase your income exponentially through simply introducing people to the system. And there's a reason why it's the fastest growing real estate network in the world.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I think I've finally found the vehicle that's perfect for me. And then they've introduced me to Lulu Live, which allows me to build my rent roll again, because I had sold my business and sold my rent roll. And now I'm growing a rent roll and I actually don't have to do anything.
I know.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm so glad you joined us. So what would you say to others that are considering joining EXP?
Don't do it.
Oh dear.
Do it. Just back yourself. Here's the thing. I've had a corporate background, and I'm not rubbishing for franchises at all. I really believe that you should learn before you earn, and I just think my time with LJ Hooker was phenomenal. And I work as an auctioneer. I work with independents. I work with franchise groups, and I love the interactions with all of those. But I think you have to remember at some point the label on the office is simply a vehicle for you as an agent to get what you want to get. My personal philosophy is, if you help enough people get what they want, you can get what you want.
Definitely.
And so I like the freedom that I get with EXP. I like the ability to do whatever it is that I would like to do. I've got enough support around me through other agents that if I want to go on holidays, when I owned my business, I had the trust account with the property managements, and so that laptop had to go with me every day. Yeah. And so if we were staying on Fraser Island or somewhere without reception, that could be a bit of a problem, and so your mind never gets to relax. But now, because you guys do all the trust accounting stuff, if we decide to pack up and go on holiday with the kids, we go. And I just get another EXP agent who lives not far from me to look after my stuff. We have a reciprocal arrangement, and it's easy. It's great.
Absolutely. All right. So considering joining EXP, obviously you can offer them a lot of support, like, the training that you do, auctioneering and, all of that sort of thing. So somebody that's going to join your team, what other benefits can you offer them?
Well, look, I have, as you know, I've started that already. I meet with my downlines once a week, face to face, and because I've been doing this for 23, 24 years, I can help at every stage. It doesn't matter whether they're a newbie, it doesn't matter whether they're experienced. But to be honest, I mean, the biggest asset for me is you. But sometimes people just, with the officers that I work with at the moment outside of EXP, one of the arrangements is that they can call me when they have a problem. Yeah. And it's like having an on-call sales manager, and because I've been through most things that happen in the marketplace, I can help instantly. It's not like it's an office that's 9 to 5, you can't call the principal afterwards. If you have a problem, you call me and we'll solve it. Because there's not much, either as an auctioneer, as an agent, as a principal, that I haven't seen over the last 23 years. So anyone who comes on with me, they'll have all the support in the world that they need. And it doesn't matter where they are.
Absolutely. And you're so approachable. All righty. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. You're amazing. And anybody that wants to join Mark, I will put your details underneath the video as well. Mark, I can vouch for him 100%. He's just incredible. Everybody just loves Mark, and so approachable and knowledgeable, and will definitely help you with anything that you need in your career.
Thanks, Lisa.